That music's in my head now.
There we go. Well, all right. So welcome to Inside BBI with John and Eric. Live reaction to the Giants Commanders game. John McDevitt with senior editor, Big Blue Interactive, Mr. Eric Kennedy. Eric, very, very festive. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you and your family. Here we are. The one we knew we were going to do a game. Kind of hoped it would have some sort of relevance other than draft position, but it is what it is. We are Giants fans.
December football. Commanders, Giants, 2-11 against what is it? 3-10.
3-10.
No, 3-10. This is as good as it gets. This is December playoff push football in the NFC East. Joe Gibbs and Bill Parcells.
All this is missing is John Facenda.
Yes.
The autumn wind is a raider, but because it's certainly not a Giant, I can tell you that. But yeah, little snow and everything here for this game. So for those of you, as you're doing, obviously Eric's got a TV. He's gonna be watching. I'm watching on my phone, so you'll see me looking down from time to time. But let's just hope first things first. Just don't get hurt, Jackson Dart. Just do not get hurt.
No one get hurt. No one get hurt, please. And by the way, I'm starting off because when people notice that the last beer was doing a number on me, which I have. I'm saving that for the fourth quarter when we collapse. I've got something called Dad Strength beer, and you'd say, "Whoa, this is going to be strong." No, it's only 2.9%. So the other stuff was 9.5. This is I don't know why it's called Dad Strength. I guess it's an attack on dads, but I've never had it before. It's a funny can. I start off with that.
I'm just going with the simple gin and tonic in my Inside BBI glass, which you can get, by the way, at insidebbi.printify.me. Go ahead and get your Inside BBI merch before Christmas.
It makes a great holiday gift for everybody.
Indeed, it does indeed. Oh, Mike Kafka.
By the way, are you going to be drinking gin and tonics for 3 hours?
No, I'm only doing the one. And then after that, it's ginger ale. so no, we had 2 different Christmas parties last night we went to. So no, I'm good. I'm good for today. And my wife's traveling to Nebraska.
Somebody's fired up. So just so everyone knows, John has a neighbor that is a Commanders fan. I've got a neighbor that's a Dallas and another one that's a Commanders fan. And according to John and the person that lives next to me, they're also both rooting for losses today in the run up to the NFL draft. So it appears like nobody wants to win this game. Oh, we're started.
Yeah, we had a nice little pop-up kickoff. And by the way, who's the kicker today? It's not. I know it's not. It's not.
You mean the punter or the kicker?
Who the kicker? Is it Koo kicking?
Yeah.
Okay, so he kicked off. All right. So he kicked off. All right. So it was a shitty kickoff, which is what you would expect.
Well, at least he didn't hit his foot into the turf.
Dear God. I mean, come on. I mean, I know everybody loves.
Let's go. All right, here we go.
Abdul.
I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. All right, get him. Good run defense. There we go.
We may be slightly off.
Oh, are you ahead or behind?
Well, you reacted to the tackle after I had already seen the Abdul.
Oh.
So I'm thinking I'm ahead.
Which is odd because I'm closer to DC than you. And I'm using and we're watching a live feed on an antenna. You're ahead of me though, huh?
Maybe.
What do you see right now?
The handoff, fake handoff.
Oh, you're ahead of me. How is this possible? You're ahead of me, John. You're gonna be telling me what's happening.
I like the fact that I don't know.
Oh my God.
I like seeing Musa on the field. Because we got to see what he's got to at least be a backup. Going into the offseason, I know we got new coaches coming, all that good stuff. But the fact of the matter is you can't get rid of everybody. So there's some of these guys have got to play roles as reserve players. And Musa.
Oh, yeah, but I want new inside linebackers.
Oh, I agree. But he needs to be a reserve guy. You can't
reserve guy. Yeah. We need new starters.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. I hate the alignment that we're in right now on third down. Why the hell do you put the 2 defensive linemen so far apart, nobody in the middle?
I haven't seen the play yet, so you're ahead of me.
It's going to be just short.
Oh, nice.
But you know what I mean? When you play
they didn't give them it, right?
No. They called it just short. When you play those 2 defensive linemen so far apart, I don't care that he's a mobile quarterback and whatever. The fact of the matter is you give him the middle. So quick passes, there's nothing.
Oh, they gave it to him. They gave him the spot. Oh man,
he came in. He's short original. Well, whatever. I mean,
didn't the official come in and show it?
Here's Kafka's like, no, screw this. We're challenging this.
Oh, he is challenging it. Well, he was short, wasn't he?
But here's the thing, right? Let's say you're right. You're probably going for it. It's inches. I mean, yeah, I guess you kind of have to, but I'm like, nah, I don't know. Is it really?
Wait, is somebody else? Are we ahead? Are you ahead? Do you know something we?
Holy shit, we might be way behind. Well,
or is that? No, it can't be. They're going to commercial, aren't they?
I just think, I mean, again, you probably have to. I mean, I'm nitpicking to a degree, but I mean, we're talking like inches, you know. And again, depending on where they think the ball was in his arms when he was upright, they still might come back and say, "Oh no, they spotted it right." I just think it's not. I don't know. It's not really worth it this deep in their end for inches when they still have another down to go.
If this was a regular, normal game, and this meant something, first of all, I probably wouldn't be doing this, but I would be way more. So I'm not terribly upset one way or the other. So people who are going to be watching John and I on this, and we're like, wow, they're pretty calm and laid back about this. It's not. It's an easier game. It's more like a preseason game in my mind, to me. So I'm rooting for no injuries, and immediate reaction is I've got to root for the Giants. My heart is let's go, let's win, let's crush them. But in the back of my head, it's like, do we really want that outcome? So I have this tug of war, like that famous scene where you have the angel and the devil on your shoulder. We want to win. No, you don't, dummy.
I think the funny thing is the ownership piece is the big part of this, right? We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where things stand. We've heard rumors. But if ever there was a week that you could go, give me a microcosm of Joe Shane's time here as GM, I think this week is perfect. You went through an entire week hoping a guy would get cleared from concussion protocol who doesn't. And when he doesn't you didn't activate one of the two kick returners you have on the practice squad. Okay.
And like we've said a couple shows ago, what is Amir Marset even doing on the practice squad if you're not even going to use him in situations like this? What it boggles the mind. And they've got so many injured players. It wasn't an active issue. They could have. I mean, they could have. This doesn't make sense.
This is the argument I had with somebody on BBI. Gave me crap when I brought up Turbo Miller. I don't think Turbo Miller is great by any stretch of the imagination. What I don't understand is when you're down to two running backs and you have one on the practice squad, why do you carry him now for multiple years if you have no intention of using him? And they call stands. So that's the that's the Giants 2025.
Wait, they what happened?
The call stands. It's a first down.
Oh. So you're ahead of me. So again, I got to react, which I don't understand. I'm using an antenna, and I'm about 50 miles from DC. You're streaming, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. No, it's all right. No. The first lady of BBI is here consulting on technical issues.
Nice.
So Dexter Lawrence is active. For those who don't know, he was questionable and he's playing. It doesn't even feel intense, does it?
No, it just not even a little bit.
Have you seen any crowd shots? I haven't seen.
Not yet.
The run defense today is pretty good. Keep that clock going.
You know you're living in the South when you get a message from the school system saying they're going to operate on a normal schedule tomorrow because attempts are going to be like 15 and they were thinking about closing.
Oh gosh.
Oh dear God.
Bad?
Offsides. Or at least encroachment. Oh, they get on the offense.
Yeah, the right tackle moved. The right tackle.
I saw the end kind of jump forward, but yeah. That was Burns. Definitely drew him off.
Yeah.
There was a really shitty call in the Charger Eagle game the other day. They called one of the Charger players offside. He wasn't even close to the neutral zone. They called him offsides.
Do we want to put up the scrolling commentary?
Oh, I certainly can. No, absolutely.
Great. That's cool. This sucks, John, because you're ahead of me. You're going to know what happens. I liked it before when I knew what was happening first. Get him! Oh, for Pete's sake. That's Holland on him?
Yep.
Marcus Mariota doing the number here on the Giants.
And there's another example though, right? If you're going to make a statement that you can't pay, if you pay this guy, you can't pay a safety. Well, you just paid that safety a shit ton of money, and he hasn't done anything this year.
All right, they're already at the 29.
That should be. They either had somebody in motion or there's illegal formation.
How's Deebo Samuel doing this year in Washington? I haven't paid attention to that.
I mean, an average. Oh, it's called holding. An average year for him. He missed a little bit of time in the summer. They were kind of giving him a lot of crap, calling him Fat Samuel.
Oh, I know. I saw that. I just don't know how he's been playing this year.
He's missed a decent amount of time too. Wow, Phillips got absolutely wiped out.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's like he's choking him. So what do we think of the uniforms, everyone? Yay or nay on the uniforms?
I'm definitely yay on the helmets.
I know. I think you the color is a little off from the old days, but it's close. Can't put my finger on it. I think they were a little bit dark.
They were darker in the olden days.
We were in the olden days, John.
Yeah, I know.
You got to be careful with that.
The heyday of the.
Come on, let's get something from Carter. All right.
Yeah, that was Alexander, I believe, on that play.
Yeah, I saw him flashing in there, 91.
A guy that we definitely need to see, development over these last 4 weeks because he'll be counted on next year.
We want Dart, Carter, Alexander, the young guys. We want to see the young guys do well. I
am disappointed that Fedoni got injured, and we're not going to see anything from him because. I know you're behind. I'll wait a minute. No, it's more of a non-burger than anything. But I'm thinking, how the hell is Holland not intercept that ball? You're right there.
See, now I'm going to be reading your face, your poker face during this. Is it good?
I don't have one.
I may try to stream this at some point to see if we can get in sync with each other.
There was another penalty on Washington. The Giants declined it.
Yeah, my feed's behind too. I don't like this. What I need is Neil in the chat, who was ahead of us in the preseason and keeping me calm, who kept saying, "Oh, great play by the Giants."
Okay, so I hate our schemes so much.
Come on, get him! What the hell? Get him! It's like, again, we're not dealing with a nimble quarterback. This is not like Randall Cunningham out there. Get him! What the hell? We look like our feet are in clay out there.
The further you kick Alexander or Dexter Lawrence outside, the less effective he is.
Yes,
and he started to come inside, but so did Burns come with him, and they collapsed they just let Mariota run free.
Is it me or do we look slow today? We look like.
Well, I think we look slow all the time. I mean, we're not fast.
Yeah, but Marcus Mariota is not.
He's mobile. I mean, but again, once the defensive line collapsed, there wasn't anybody there. I don't like whatever concepts they came up with, and the way we use mainly the two big defensive linemen, and we use the edge guys. when you put Lawrence out closer to the edge, either A, you've got to stunt that. He's got to just take the two linemen, the guard and the tackle, and Burns stunts it, and that makes it effective. Or literally all you did was create congestion for Burns. And when they both came inside at the same time, Mariota just
really
just
good point. Two really good points, John. The first point you made, which is an excellent point, is the further you move Dexter out, the less effective he probably is. And that's kind of where he started his earliest in his career. It's not that he can't be decent out there. He's just better when he's over the center and right over the guard. And what you just said is they're spread out so wide, they're running into each other. So even if you run a stunt or a game, they're going to, I don't like it either. So it's a really good point. I don't like it. So, it is what it is. I don't think anyone thinks Charlie Bullen's going to be our defensive coordinator next year.
Yeah, no.
So we'll see. No. Well, the other thing I will say, and I keep mentioning this, I've been paying more attention because you and I have been frustrated. I've been paying more attention watching defensive lineups from other college teams and other NFL teams. And we're not an anomaly. I don't know. That's why I'd love to get somebody on here who coaches and explain to us what is the rationale behind these new trends we're seeing in defense. What's the rationale between the two defensive linemen and then the two stand-up defensive end / linebackers? Because teams are doing it in college and they're doing it in the pros. And you and I don't think it's effective, but I'd love somebody to kind of come on and explain that to us. I don't get it. So maybe you and I are way behind the times.
It just seems like common sense, though. Like, I don't know. I see Philly scored Dallas Goedert with a touchdown reception. They're playing the Raiders, I mean, but again, that's draft position stuff. If the Raiders could pull off a miracle, but it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. And the Raiders would be obviously in the market for a quarterback, right?
I would think so. I would think so.
So we're not. So when you hear John and I talking about draft pick status, it's not like John and I are like pining for the Giants to draft a specific player with the number 1 or 2 or 3 picks. We're thinking about being able to trade down with a team that desperately needs a quarterback. So that's where we're coming from. It's not like, oh God, we got to have the number 1 pick because we need this player. I want to trade back. So, but you got to have somebody. I hate these kickoffs. I know people probably disagree with me, but I hate this new kickoff rule.
I'm interested in why they choose after a 10 weeks, 11 weeks, whatever it was, that Eric Gray finally comes out. They immediately put him back there to return kicks. Now we go back, and all of a sudden you got Devin Singletary, who's extremely slow. It's the other guy with Banks. Just put Gray. It's his only job for.
I don't understand any of the things they do on special teams, and it's been like this forever. I don't get it. Why is Eric Gray never returned kicks in college? So why would you even have him do it?
There we go.
And all right.
I'm trying to keep track of.
You can spoil it for me too, John.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to keep track of the pass run choices on first down because I'm curious to see if they've set up.
I want people to see you reacting. I don't want you to hide your reaction. So don't feel like you're spoiling it. You can react to it. You're actually going to keep
offsides
me from having a heart attack.
Offsides. Dart. I like Dart. I would like to see them take, and it gets a little bit tougher when the weather is the way that it is now, colder and everything else. But I kind of want to see some more deep throws. He tends to sometimes touch pass it a little too much. Like I want to see him just rip it, just throw it down the field. I want a guy to run and go get it. Sometimes I feel like he puts a little there every now and then. He kind of takes a little off on something, like he throws off his back foot for unnecessary reasons. That's a good point. That is a damn good point.
I've thought about this too, Dave. I thought he's got to be like, what the hell? I have wondered about that with players that leave the Giants or are stuck with the Giants or come to the Giants. Oh, all right. That's a good run.
That was nice.
I want you reacting, John. So don't feel.
Yeah, sorry, I was in the middle of taking a drink.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying don't because some of the reason people are tuning in is reaction. So don't be like, So if you're like not saying anything, as people are going to be like, "What the hell?"
I suppose I could do that. That's an interesting.
Like if I see you go, "Oh my god," I'm going to be like, "What? What?"
All right. So I did pause it, Dave. We'll see what happens. Little play action. Don't do that. Don't do that. That floating backwards.
That floating was a bad idea.
Yeah, and then just don't do that.
I hear the Eagles highlights.
Is Goddard's touchdown? Boy, they melted down against the Chargers, and that was really pathetic on their drive at the end of the game against the Chargers. I mean, couldn't happen to a better team.
I said, don't count them out yet. There's one of those teams, if they get hot, everyone counts the Eagles out.
I think they're done. When they play a good team, they're done. That's not bad. Hurts is not good. I think Hurts has gotten away with the fact that they've been so good and they've been so run positive that defenses had to overplay the run, and then he could take advantage of it with his runs and his throws. Now when he goes to throw, he makes kind of the throws the reason why he had to leave Alabama and go to Oklahoma. I mean,
did you pause your stream?
I did briefly, yes.
Oh,
so right now, darts and shotgun.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Oh, so you don't need.
No, he paused. Great point. Somebody on in chat said John paused the stream. No.
Yeah, that's going nowhere.
He's floating a lot of balls.
Yeah, that play had no chance. Slayton was doing nothing on that.
All right, we're kind of in no man's land here. What are they doing?
You got to go for it. What's the point? I mean, well, there's no point in kicking a field goal from there with your special teams. With Young Ho kick the ground I know I'm going for it.
I'm not kicking the field goal here with that.
I mean,
with
the only thing you would want is maybe you get Lucy out there to hold the ball and just yank. Oh my God, we are going to do it. Okay, well, never mind.
Oh, they're going to kick? What is this?
Well, we're playing for the division. No, we're not.
He's going to try 52. Oh, they botched the hold. Did he?
Well,
you dumbasses.
You know what?
So stupid.
If there's anything possible to make sure some of you don't come back, keep doing shit like this. That's exactly.
They're a stupid team. They're a stupid team in the elements. I know there's flurries out there. It's windy. You got a shitty kicker, and you kick 52. You either punt it there, take the penalty and punt it, or you go for it.
You just, yeah. I guess
not with
there's
this
so many
kicker.
things. It's so.
No, I disagree, Sean. Not with this kicker. I know people give Gano crap, but he can kick those 50-yarders.
Well, I mean, but again, though, like, what's the point? We're a 2-11 team. The field goal is not a given in the conditions with the kicker. By the way, this is a kicker that was released by Atlanta, and they played
an indoor team
because he was not having a good year.
An indoor team too.
Yeah, he playing in a dome, and so what's the point here? But I will say, they don't stack plays together in a way that says I've decided what I'm going to do. It's kind of hit or miss. When you made that attempt at that throw, you gave yourself only one option on third down. It was to Slayton. No other thing was being looked at. He just dropped back. He was throwing to Slayton.
I missed that. Was that the deep pass?
That's the deep pass to Slayton.
He was throwing to Slayton.
Okay. Yeah. So my thought is, okay, if you did that, you were like, we're taking a shot, but we're going to go for it. But you didn't. Instead, you go to kick a field goal with a guy that, I mean, last week he kicked the ground. I'm like, come on.
Oh man, Dave, when are we doing your podcast again? I took a break from the draft simulators for a little bit. I got to jump back on those. Those are all like,
boy, NIL is really effing with.
Yes, it is.
Wow, the NFL. If ever there was a point, because college I think is kind of screwing itself. If ever there was a point where the NFL might start looking at maybe having their own minor league system, now would be the great time to start thinking about it.
It's almost like a minor league system in a way now, but
it should be
team. So
when I saw the thing,
it's not even a pretense of these student athletes anymore. It's just
when I saw the announcement by Lenoris Sellers that he was close to coming to a deal with South Carolina to stay in school. I'm like, what? To a deal? I'm like. Okay, this is crazy.
It is crazy. Look at the kid is so excited. Thanks, Dad. This is great. This is great. Can we go now?
Dad's like, it's $8.
Look at the fans.
It was cheaper than a movie.
$8. That's what they were going for this morning. $8. You could be there for $8, everyone.
Yeah, which is not anywhere near what
dog would cost more than that. Probably.
Yeah, it's not anywhere near what I paid for week 1 and week 2 in Dallas and Washington.
Look at this field position. What a stupid team this is. Oh boy. Tackle his ass. John, I'm getting pissed already. And I shouldn't be. Like I said, I just don't like stupid football.
Well, the thing to watch. So if we look at it from the standpoint, like, again, we don't really care if they lose, but at the same time, you do. I bleed Giants. I want them to win. I'll admit that every time. I don't really want them to lose, but if you're going to lose, it better be meaningful to the team. I want to see who plays and who quits.
I don't get the sense anybody, the players on either team are taking this. Everyone seems like they're sleepwalking right now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of energy here.
No.
And from Washington's perspective, you could almost see them coming in and I won't say laying down, but where they could just be like, we lost Ertz in an ugly way. It was really sad to see. Daniels isn't going to play because he got hurt again. Let's just get this over with. But the Giants look like the team that lost somebody last week. I mean,
their coach is coming back. The Commanders. The Commanders coach is coming back. So these guys have to play.
Right. You're playing for a guy who's going to have a say over what you do next year.
Yeah.
Remember the key point in Hard Knocks video from the week before when Charlie Bolin's up front and he told everybody on the defensive team, make sure, keep in mind when you sit down with the GM, not for Kafka, not the coaches. It was when you sit down with the GM about your future. That said everything you needed to know about what's
right. But I'm not sure they process that. I'm not sure. I mean, you hear it, but does a 24, 27-year-old man making that kind of money process that? I don't know. Get him! God damn it!
Maybe not to the point that you're making, and I agree with that. But
why do we look so slow on defense? What the hell?
But I do think those guys know there isn't a coach on this team that's going to have a say over what we're doing next year. Well, Okereke is a shadow of what he used to be.
Yeah, I mean they got to get rid of him too. This drives me nuts. Imagine if this was actually like a really mobile quarterback that we're playing right now.
You mean Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
He'd
probably have
just like he always has in the multiple games that we played him. He beats us on second and third down. That's sad. You had him in the backfield. You had him in the backfield.
John, this doesn't bode well. This looks like one of those games where it's sleepwalking affair and we're at the end of the game and we're just waiting for it to be over and they're up like 24-9 and we're sleepwalking through this game. I don't want to be like this. This is where's the energy? And we're on sync now, so I'm seeing the same thing that you are.
Yep. Positive. That was a great idea. Thank you for that. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but yeah, good idea. They're starting
to, and we started off well against the run, but now it's picking up for them.
Well, and that's the one thing that starts to go away when your heart's not into it, right? Because that's a very physical portion of the game.
And it's going to get worse in the third and the fourth quarter if they keep this up. Come on, we got to get a turnover here. We got to force a turnover. We are so bad for so many years, except that one streak under Wink Martindale in the second half of that season.
Oh, so close.
Now you're a little bit ahead of me, but that's all right. Don't mess with it again.
Okay, I was gonna try to.
No.
Yeah, that's. I do want Flott to come back. I don't know how much I'd be willing to pay him, but I think he gives us a good Musa.
Well,
tough opportunity, but he had a chance.
Like you said, you got to bring some people back, but again, you got to. What's the money? So yeah, I'd be okay with. But he's such an injury prone player. I would not break the bank for him.
Right. Right. Oh, there we go.
Wait, how are you ahead of me?
I think
Did we
that
get
was
the ball?
Abdul.
Did we get the ball?
No, they got it. I think that was Abdul, though. Finally. There we go.
I'm watching the replay right
Boom.
now.
There. That's LT. Like, that's what you need to be doing, buddy.
Oh, that's great. Okay, that's awesome. They got ahead. He got wrapped around the shoulder pads too.
And Alexander had the ball for just a second, and it got pulled away.
Well, there we go. All right, that's some life.
Who's the returner?
Yeah,
is it Holland? Yep, Holland's the returner. That's what you spend a lot of money on a safety for, to be a punt returner.
You know what? I still think about a lot with this season that really has me bummed out, and I probably shouldn't talk about it, is Cam Scadaboo. I wish happened to Cam. And I know there's lots of videos him showing good progress with him walking without the boot.
Sure.
I just worry about how effective he's going to be coming off that injury. I just pray. He's such a cool player.
Well, I think it changed. I think it changed a lot, honestly. You know what I mean? Besides him personally and his future, I think when they lost him, they lost a little bit of that identity.
Oh yeah,
and
energy.
And I think that game against Chicago. I mean, you're kind of projecting ahead again. Everything changes after the fact. But if he were healthy in that Chicago game, some of those things you were having Dart to later in the game, you might have been calling those handoffs to Scadaboo. Let him be the physical guy, run around, gives you a little bit more. You'll never know because of it, but it did suck the second he went down, and you could tell that it was bad. It was like, the energy just fell right out.
Well, what I think about is, he's made progress, but you have to also think, we're in December already, and the OTAs start in the spring, late spring, but the spring. He doesn't have a lot of time to get, and he's got a long way to go. So I hope he can come back from that, because the way he runs, anyone who's watched him in college and his little time in the pros, he bends those ankles like crazy. So I hope he's all right, because man, I really like him as a player. He was somebody I really wanted in the draft, and when he hasn't disappointed me when he got here. And so anyways, I just throw that out there because I think about that injury. When I think about the Giants, I think about Scadaboo a lot about the season. So
yeah. I have a hard time with again, we're jumping ahead in that's commercials anyway, but drafting, and I know people keep pointing to Love from Notre Dame and whatever. I just can't picture a team that has the needs that you have, that drafting a running back in the first round makes any sense whatsoever. You just either you move around and pick up some, but that's not the difference making of what's going to put this team over or not over.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not that he's not a good player or a potentially great player, but you have other areas that need impact immediately.
Yeah, I know. I get it. It wouldn't be on paper. It would not be an inspiring pick, but part of that's again directly related to our history. Part of it's trends in the NFL. I look at our situation on the offensive line and wide receiver and on defense, and they're all areas that we need to address. And I know the line's been playing better, but
there we go. Oh God, that was bad.
He's floating. Oh, did he get hit? He got hit.
Yeah, he airmailed that one though. I do think sometimes he waits just a tad long to let it go. Now Theo Johnson's got to be a better blocker than that. Yeah, that's on the hit. He didn't get to really step all the way through.
Oh yeah, he got his far. He's actually.
That's also a way of getting hurt, by the way, getting your elbow
I was just going to say that. He's lucky he didn't get hurt there. Theo's actually been blocking well this year, so that was disappointing. Come on, guys. I don't want to end up punting out of here already. This just feels. So does it feel like a preseason game? It just feels like a preseason.
Oh yeah,
sleepy. This is kind of depressing. My wife just laughed.
Who the hell's? Who am I missing? Who's 89? Is that Hodgins? Is Hodgins 89?
Why? What are you looking?
I think Hodgins is 89 because he just came into the huddle. That's why I was just wondering.
I was going to say, what are you that?
I'm so used to seeing that number and have it being somebody else. Oh, did he get it? They're going to call him short. They're going to call him short.
Here's our new punter.
Oh, here we go. All right. Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito talking trash with the Giants too. Did you see that before the game?
That's pretty funny. Well, you know what? Whatever. I mean,
whatever.
He's on the team that's, he's on a team with a massively winning record, so it's kind of hard. Like, you say what you got to say, man. Because quite frankly, he should have been the third quarterback. We could have gone Dart, Winston, DeVito.
Right down the middle, but not a bad punt. Oh boy. I was hoping for a block in the back there, but I didn't get a good look at it. One of our guys got knocked on his ass right up the middle.
So as the season winds down, we got 4 games with 4 bad teams. If the Giants lose all 4 games and look offensively, does that create questions for you, other people in chat, and maybe the coach coming in about, hey, is Dart my guy? Maybe I'm not for it, but maybe they want the Mendoza guy if we ended up with the first pick. Like, is there can Dart hurt himself play-wise over these last 4 that makes some people think maybe he's not the guy? Or do you just go, the season is so bad that we're going to rely on what we saw earlier?
Yes to both of those. So pick your we'll have to see with the specifics and what happens, but and the other thing is how much is the quarterback that we're talking? We're not talking about a quarterback that everybody was talking about when the college season
Nobody
began.
was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that makes me nervous too. So and you keep hearing, I don't know if it's true or not, but you keep hearing that people that are interested in the Giants job say Dart's a reason why.
Right.
So
right.
I would think the latter point you made would be the case. I would hope it, but
I just don't want to see regression these last 4, especially as other players on the Giants begin to kind of check out. I mean, some of these guys like Wandell, how hard are you willing to take some chances? How are you going to want to take some of those extra hits when you're a free agent when this year ends and you don't know what's going to happen with the Giants? You're kind of protecting yourself for your future.
I just can't get over how slow we look right now. And it's not even just like a question of speed, which that's an issue too. It just looks like we're sleepwalking. Everything's in slow motion to me. Compare this, watch teams that are in the playoffs or going to the playoffs and look at the intensity and the tempo, the speed that they're playing with. It just looks like if I was a non-Giants fan flipping through games, I'd turn this one off right away. It's like this is a snooze fest right now. Not even from the Washington. It's not Washington looks great. They're doing better than us, but they don't look terribly impressive either, which makes us even look worse.
If you watch a
right.
Yeah, right. If you watch the game Monday night with the Chargers and the Eagles, you watch the Chargers, they all rally to the ball. And,
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
And that's how they got a couple interceptions where a ball is tipped, but there's a bunch of guys there. It's one of the things, it's one of the things that I think is hugely different with the Giants are a bunch of guys that a lot of them are stand around. No, I totally agree, Sean, with I'm not saying that I'm asking the question is if Dart doesn't look as well these last 4 weeks, I know he's playing with a shitty wide receiver core. I'm comfortable with Dart as my quarterback. I have no doubt about him for me personally, but I worry that these last 4 games, you don't really want a quarterback going into next year who lost a shit ton of games, looked poorly after he won his feet. Remember, Eli looked poorly all the way through until he had one game against Pittsburgh. They still lost, where he and Roethlisberger were going back and forth. Remember, that's the Jamar Taylor game where he had a couple of deep, long receptions. Another guy that, too bad his knee never let him have a career. It wasn't until that last game of the season that Eli kind of showed what we eventually would see from Eli.
Right.
Dart kind of showed us early on. My concern is then you start piling up losses and you start piling up where he's getting pounded around or things just start, we don't know what his makeup is that way of, is he going to be happy with, remember he's tight still with Dayball.
My big thing with him is this, and I'm surprised. Oh God, I hate saying things like this because I'm a very superstitious person. I don't see a lot of like horrific mental mistakes with him, which is very encouraging. And even with really good players players that end up being really good, you see really egregious mental mistakes. I just jinxed him, didn't I? He's going to throw an interception now.
Well, can't do it right now. He's not on the field.
So yeah, you know what I mean. But that part of it pleases me. So I'm more. This can sound awful too. I just want him to get out of the game healthy. So.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
We cannot tackle for shit.
We're just not playing. They're just sleepwalking through this.
I mean, and let's look at this. Is not exactly a big running back. He just powered through.
Wait a minute, I missed something. I know we punted. Did they get a real? Oh, they did get a really good return.
They had
I
one.
Saw that. Yeah,
they had
okay.
I saw good return and then the one pass right away.
We're actually lucky. This is just 3-0. It's gonna be worse in a second here, but they're just sleepwalking. What bothers me, and I know I keep harping on it, is how when the quarterback is running with the ball, how we're not like immediately on him and tackling him. That's what it just stands out to me again. This. I will say, I think we can safely say this, that Kafka's speech in Hard Knocks that you were telling me about, the F-bomb speech, didn't have much of an impact.
No, it doesn't. Oh my God. Oh my God.
For Pete's. That's great. Great to go, Giants.
Wow.
Look, they don't even look. They're already checked out. Look at the expressions on everybody's face. The players.
Look at that.
Play.
You could have
watch us play. Quick.
You and I could have gotten 4 or 5 yards. Like in our 50s. It was so open. You could just. We're going to get hit well before the goal line, but Jesus Christ.
They're not even trying. like my wife just said, they're not even trying. This is disgusting. Skafka's gone. Shane should be gone. This is disgusting. Everyone take a drink. I'm way ahead.
You start
I'm going to have to open up another one in a second. It's not very good.
Look, okay. It's just there's really no point in getting too upset with just the way that it is, but
I even if you want them to lose because you are hoping, God, I hate saying that, if you are hoping for them to have better draft capital,
right? From a strategic standpoint, if I'm going to be, you're going to lose, at least lose for a reason.
But even if you want to do that, you want them to show some fight. You want them to lose because something stupid happened, or something that'll get somebody fired, but it wasn't because of lack of effort. This is just awful.
Well, the other thing too is
that one of the worst? Is that one of the worst defensive plays you've ever seen the Giants play ever?
Wow, it's. I'm
talking about in terms of effort. I'm talking about in terms of
it is, but I would put up the 2nd and 31 against Philadelphia where we gave the first down on a little dump pass and where the F was everybody.
No, I get that. Yeah, but that was that to me, that was one of the worst defensive plays I've ever seen in my decades long Giant. That was one of the worst plays I've ever seen them have.
You have two options when you're playing. You either play very smart or you play very emotional and physical. The Giants aren't playing smart, and they bring no emotion or physicality to the game. That's a horrible combination.
I'm benching people right now. I'll tell you what. I'm benching. I know they don't have a lot of people, but I'm starting to bench people right now. Fuck that. I mean, that's disgusting. So I don't want to spend my Sunday like this. This is disgusting. And I gotta, when this is over, I gotta get to work and update the website.
If you want a new GM, for sure, right? Because that's the one big. Kafka's not coming back. If you want a new GM, the one thing that hangs in the balance is what happens these last 4 games. 3 of those games are at home. If you look pathetic at home, that's even harder for anybody. That's even harder for anybody in the organization to ignore at the end of the year. You're at home, and it's one thing if you're on the road, you have excuses. You don't have any excuses. You're home. Washington came in here missing their quarterback, and they lost an emotional leader who more than likely ended his career last week against Minnesota.
And Jeff,
and they're coming in and they're up 10-0.
And Jeff, keep in mind, look how much they spent on the defense.
Oh yeah,
both the draft and the free agency. And look where we are.
It's borderline equivalent to the amount of money they spent in 2016 on defense.
What? Would you? Oh yes, you're correct.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Speed. I'm kidding. There's no speed. Oh, good. Of course there is.
What's the penalty?
Well, knowing us, it's probably
be holding, isn't it? Why not? It's got to be holding. Holding. It's going to be holding. Yep.
57, I believe, is what he said. Now, Stephen, Ryan Miller is inactive for this game. So he didn't need to get called up. The Giants claimed him, so he's on the roster already, but he's inactive.
Right.
Which, by the way, why claim a guy and then instantly make him inactive?
Because he just got here, though. I mean, he doesn't know anything.
But why even bother? Why do we care about adding him to the roster right now when you're playing with money?
Because there are people probably still running this team that are not going to be here next year that are already, you remember, we have family members who think they're GMs. So they're
right, but my point is you've got Smith Marset and I'm trying to remember who the other receiver is that we have on and then you got Gibson. You just picked him up too. Yep. Well, you could have just brought either one of those guys up.
Oh, you're talking about specifically for the return game?
I'm talking about in general. Like you actually added another salary to your team.
Yeah.
For no reason, when you could have just taken one of the guys off your practice squad for this game, you could have played with the numbers again. The Giants do things so weirdly. I just don't understand what their point is.
I assume it's a player. Again, he was very popular in the Tampa's locker room. I assume it's just a player they want to get a look at. So I'm not losing sleep over that one. And I didn't expect him to be active. Oh. The Giants have a decision to make on Wan'Dale Robinson. To me, that's one of the more interesting ones.
New England's gone up 14-0 on Buffalo. Drake May's the real deal, and I was all in on if we could have traded for him before, but
and so is Vrabel. Some people were saying when we were talking about Vrabel last year, some people were saying he was overrated. He's overrated. I always thought he was a really good coach. I thought with what he had to work with in Tennessee, he was a really good coach, and I know he was in all likelihood going to New England anyways, even if they had fired Dable. But man, I would have loved to have gotten Vrabel.
So back to your point on Wan'Dale, I agree. That's a big one because the contract numbers, while across the NFL aren't huge for him, they're going to be pretty significant for the Giants in terms of what he brings and what it's going to cost.
Everything's kind of
he just floats.
If they go up 17-0 here, do we want to keep this going, or we're just gonna? I mean, we can, but man, this is going to be.
I think maybe if it becomes that kind of game, we can always call it at halftime because I mean, no one's going to want to hear us bitch about them being absolutely blown out. Yeah, I did notice that too, Sean. You're right. He isn't running, and I'm fine with that for right now. There's really, I don't know if the edict was don't run, but in that case, he has the chance to throw. I mean, Slayton did have a slight step on the defender, just the ball just wasn't there. But
this is a Giants team that earlier in the year was competing with the best teams in the NFL. And look how quickly they've fallen into this state.
Yeah, this is a big.
They were. Again, you are what your record says you are, but we were in it. We beat Philadelphia. We were in it against Denver. We should have won Denver. That's
should have beat Denver.
We should have beaten Denver. We were getting. You had the Chargers. We were playing, and this isn't the same team, even though it's the same players for the most part.
Losing to New Orleans. Which sucks because they've only won a couple games themselves. But that game you can look at and say, you know what, we made mistakes and lost the game. In the beginning, their offense was moving up and down the field. We had a 14-3 lead on that team. It was fumbles deep in their end, interceptions, Dart fumbled. It was just a bad, just kind of shit happens kind of game. That Denver game should have been the Giants. That seemed to change a whole lot of where things were going. The Philly game, okay, that got away from us fairly early, but there were points where they could have changed the tide. It just didn't happen. And then the Chicago game, but right now, this doesn't look like the team that played those guys. They're just kind of walking. They're going through the motions.
They're sleepwalking through this thing, night terroring their way through this, as it was said earlier.
And I don't think anybody who saw a couple, I thought people really overreacted to some of the way the Giants played against Green Bay and against Detroit. And they were like, maybe Kafka deserves a shot. Kafka deserves no more of a shot than Shane should keep his job and Dayball should have kept his job. He's part of the same losing team. Let's not pretend like he was held captive and couldn't make the choices that he wanted. That's bullshit. He called the plays this year. Kafka to me is no different. I don't think he's ready to be a head coach, but certainly you can't keep him. Now it's obvious, but even after those games, you still did shit that you didn't make sense, and you lost the game because of it. It's really sad. It's embarrassing.
So background on this is my wife went to the liquor store a few days ago, and she started picking up beers that caught her attention just based on the label or what they said. So right now, for the first time, I'm trying Steve Austin's Broken Skull.
Nice. There you go.
American Lager. So Steve Austin's Broken Skull.
And not the $6 million man. We're talking Stone Cold.
It's El Segundo Brewing Company. It's fitting, she said. She says it's fitting. And it has a little skull on there.
Nice.
So
very nice.
This is big.
There you go.
All right.
So maybe this game is going to turn into a stunner for those.
You know what this is going to sound like? Have you ever seen Devil Fish, the movie Devil Fish? You like bad movies?
Yes.
The guy when they kick open the beer can, they make the joke about. Have you seen it on Riff Tracks?
Yes.
Where they go, yeah. Boy, this beer is awful. They kept drinking. Open up the I can't.
Yeah, why wouldn't their second and third string tight end eat up the middle of our secondary?
Why not? Wait, did they just get that way down the field again?
Well, they certainly picked up some nice yards there in the first, more than a first down. Oh yeah.
Maybe it's a good thing I'm missing this now. Come on, let's do something here.
Fumble. Oh, Washington got it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Sean, Mystery Science, they're actually the same guys that went on to do Riff Tracks. They left and went to Riff Tracks.
I actually like the Riff Tracks format better. I like Mystery Science Theater. I like Riff Tracks better. So
I think the nostalgia of the beginning of Mr. Science Theater, but when they would do the skits in the middle and stuff like that, that was fun then. Riff Tracks it's now just straight through the whole. It's more fun. I like it when
my favorite Riff Track still is Samurai Cop. I
love Samurai Cop.
Oh, I like the first half of Birdemic. It kind of drags, but Birdemic's good too. Especially when they make the Soul Pass. And then how they talk about him when he walks. He walks like a knob.
Hey, new mommy, can we get a new daddy who knows how to walk?
If you guys haven't seen it, watch Riff Tracks, Birdemic, and Samurai Cop.
And if you can, watch them do them live.
Oh, the live versions are awesome.
Live ones are so funny.
Yeah.
one of my other favorite ones is Miami Connection. If you haven't seen Miami Connection, they actually have an Eli Manning.
Oh, we have seen it. Yeah, my wife's here. She's saying, yeah, we've seen it. I know what it is.
They have an Eli Manning reference late in the Miami Connection.
That's the karate one, right? Karate.
Yes, the karate one. The band that is also martial artists. That there's some drug ring. Yeah, it's nonsensical.
Samurai Cop's kind of risque too.
Oh,
yeah. Again, I'm sleepwalking through this game because they're sleepwalking through this game.
My god. Oh my god.
This is gonna be 17-0, isn't it? Seriously, if this is a blowout at halftime, we probably should say
yeah. No, I'm with
I don't mind doing this when it's competitive, but this is just depressing. Listen how quiet it is, too.
Oh, they lost. One of their tackle went off the field. That's it. That's what we needed. Their tackle's off the field. The floodgates are now open. We're bringing pressure.
I can't imagine what the game threat is on BBI right now. They are already. I mean, they've spent the entire game on our side of the field. The entire game. Yeah, he has dropped off so fast. He's
definitely his back issues have got to be way worse.
I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, he's toast. By the way, there's some revisionist thinking with some players on the Giants too. I've seen a lot of talk where some player with the Giants who's done here, we wanted off the team, goes someplace else, and he does well someplace else. Like, we'll give you an example. That lineman that ended up going back to the Ravens and playing well, was it Zeitler?
Yeah.
But people got to remember why I'm talking about this is, if say we get rid of Okereke and he goes on and plays well someplace else, let's remember the fact for the last 2 years he wasn't good here. So I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, I don't want to, and Zeitler was the same way. When he wasn't playing well here. So that may be coaching, that may be scheme, that may be injuries, that may be who knows what it is.
And who's around you. There's a lot to it, because I mean, let's be honest. I mean, are we picking up the phone going, how come we didn't keep David Sills? If he's starting for Atlanta.
There are people on BBI that are doing that, though.
Give me a break.
But they are.
Sills drop a bomb that he should have had for a touchdown.
But they are doing that, though. That's what I'm talking about.
Stuff happens.
New England's up 21-0, Jen. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I had put it up just a minute ago. Yep. Yeah.
But
that's huge. Buffalo
missed their shot because they couldn't get by KC, and they're another team I wouldn't want to play in the playoffs, but
their defense is pretty weak. Oh my god! How do you not sack it? What in the hell?
That's what I'm talking about. That's like Cunningham back there, because we're so slow.
What are your thoughts on Kingsbury? He's come up as a guy and by the way, I don't know where Diana Rossini's getting her information from, because who the hell in the Giants are talking about this right now? But anyway, that being said,
remember there's so many family members on both the Tisch and the Mara side of the family that they could be talking to anybody that does know who they're interested in. I wouldn't discount what she's saying.
I'm not saying she's wrong, but to me, come on. If the Giants have a short list like this and they're kind of making it known like that, then you are more pathetically wrong.
Well, let me put it this way. We talked about this in our last show where I was talking about the rumors. And I said the reporters have way infinitely better contacts than I would ever have. And so if I'm hearing stuff, they're hearing better stuff. So again, I would not discount that.
Yeah, but yet they're not even remotely addressing the. Oh, I'm like, if you call a penalty there, they're not even addressing the ownership piece of it and where things are at.
No, we talked about that too. But I would not. Rossini's not. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but she's not like one of these reporters that puts out a lot of shitty information.
No, and I'm not saying she's not necessarily like she heard some names, but I can't imagine that's only. First off, how does Chris Shula not make that list? How does the defensive guy for Green Bay make it, but Shula's not one of the guys you're interested in talking to? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Belichick, we've talked about a lot.
Oh God,
that's not happening. I don't think he's lost his mind. So
it's embarrassing to see that
he's lost his mind. So I'm not sure why Giants fans at this point would want Belichick. He's lost his mind.
Ugh. Well, it's 13.
Doesn't this feel like we should be losing 24-0?
It does feel like we're losing 24-0. It's only the score that's different.
John, I'm depressed, so I will start to drink more. That's not the answer, young ones. This is a public service announcement.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, man.
The sad part is, and I will give you credit, I guess it's credit. You made a statement when we did the preview where you said, well, this team could be, and 2 wins and X number of losses is what you said at a certain point in the season.
Wait, but I said what?
You said that they could be a 2-win team, and I can't remember. It was like 9-10 losses at that time. Early in the season when we were talking, before the season even started.
I wasn't predicting them to be this bad. No.
But your whole point at that time was predicated on the strength of the Giants' schedule, which has played no role in where they are right now.
None. None. I mean, if anything, well, it has and it hasn't. Let's put it this way. If they had played lesser teams, maybe the better team that they played wouldn't have made that fourth quarter comeback. That doesn't mean the Giants didn't still stink on defense. It doesn't mean that their coaching didn't still stink. But maybe if they're not playing Denver, in Denver, maybe that other team that they're playing that's shitty, the Cardinals, isn't scoring 33 points in the fourth quarter on them.
But in that scenario,
they did. It was 33 points in the fourth quarter, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were up 19-0 at one point.
But they scored 33 points.
All their points were in the fourth quarter.
God, how do you do that?
Well, very quickly, by the way. Is what
Jesus Christ.
But overall,
it's not funny. She's laughing. She's over here laughing.
It's truly not, though, the strength of the schedule. Washington was one of those teams that made up the strength of the schedule. Yes, we lost to them, but they've got 3 wins. Dallas has 6 wins, but Dallas has lost 6 games. Dallas has given up a shit ton of points. If their defense gave up even 40 points less, Dallas is probably an 8 or 9 win team. It's that bad. They've given up so many points. It's embarrassing to how bad. You know what, though? Garrett deserves it. That dude has been – I would like to see him do it in 16 games, though. Don't wait for the 17th game to do it, because then that kind of throws the record.
That's a good point.
But he brings it, week in, week out. He's played for a shitty team.
What is the time of possession in this game? I'd love to know what the time of possession in this game is. What have we had the ball like 3 minutes in the first half?
Definitely got to be significantly on there. We had the one drive that we decided to go for the field goal.
And how many first downs do we have? We have what? Maybe 2 or 3?
Yeah, maybe.
This game to me, if you have any doubts whatsoever, the coaching staff's gone. If you had any, and people are going to say, no shit. But if you had any doubts at all, everybody's gone. And I don't care about this. Well, we got to keep Carmen Brasillo stuff. Like John was talking about in the last thing. Let new coach, new GM, if we do have a vice president of operations or whatever, they get to decide. This is pathetic. Division rival at home. Well, he was holding that. I thought he lost the ball.
At some point, I'd like to see, when do you start, trying to mix and I guess offensive line wise, you don't want to play with it much, but you want to see Bo get some playing time. But again, I guess this coaching staff, for them, all they care about is they're just trying to.
They just care about their jobs at this point. And people have made a good point too about you don't want to get getting hurt. So I understand that too. If we punt here, if we end up punting here, holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know, Paul. That's an interesting question. I don't know how much the Tishes are involved beyond
I have heard nothing about the Tisches at all. I don't think they're involved in any of this. But this is an investment for them, is my guess. They handle the financial side of the team.
Now that should be a first down.
Yes.
But I'll tell you though, that's a pretty telling. That's a telling play right there. You would have expected probably the fake to the back and Dart to keep and run on a play like that.
I think they're not going to get him hurt.
I think they're trying not to do that.
Maybe they've even been told don't expose him. We got a first down. Yay. Come on, Tracy. Hold on to the ball, too.
He's actually done a pretty good job this year with that.
Don't do that.
Well, again, I'm saying up until this point, I'm not, because I was kind of big on that part coming into the season. That's one of the things you had to worry about with him is he fumbles a lot.
Throw it.
That's got to be either.
It's funny. Down the field. His head was on a swivel on that one because he's probably looking for somebody to come in on him and slam him like he did against New England. Oh, good.
I blocked the bot. I blocked
two first downs on one drive.
Look out.
Here come the Giants.
We just had a bot in the chat that I blocked. So woohoo.
What do you mean bot? Somebody trying to sell something?
Yeah, they pop like full game stream. Remember like we had before?
Yeah, oh god, we got slammed that one time.
And then you accidentally banned Neil.
Yes. Oops. Sure it was. Yeah, it was an accident. No. It was an accident. Let's matriculate. I want to see a I was just going to say, I want to see something down the field. But they've tried. They've thrown down the field a number of times in this game without success. There was the one play that he did get hit while he was throwing, but the other plays, they were, the balls were floated and the guy that was nowhere near the receiver.
I'd like to see them go a little more up tempo here. All right, that's more of a dart play. Get down. I do not want you taking any hits. I know he went further. I get it, but Jesus, these guys, I think they want to hit him, but that's what he brings to the table. That you just cannot coach that in your defense. The second that opened up, you go. He actually almost tripped and fell there.
Yeah, he did.
That was good.
Come on, let's get a touchdown here, guys. Come on. Get this off.
No, don't take that hit. He got high load there a little bit. I think they eased up on him now. Thank God.
Yeah, but he's a smart player, though. Again, knock on wood here. I mean, that he threw that away.
But what he should have done is he should have thrown it away here.
Yeah.
Just throw, you know what I mean? Like you race back across the field. Now you're potentially right here. They eased up on him. You could have been high load there.
Oh.
Just don't risk it. Once that
could have been trouble, like you said, the high-low stuff. That could have been trouble too.
Once that's not open, and even when you start to come back the other way, if you've got to sprint that far, you can't possibly make that throw to the other corner. So you got to either get rid of it or you got to. That's a designed run too. That's something we hadn't seen before.
Now I am kicking the field goal here if they don't get this. I'm not going for it. I get some points on the board. What does John Madden always used to say? Get points, get the points on the board.
I think that the analytics thing that a lot of people use, I question when you apply the logic to that.
I do too.
The game the other night with the Bucks and the Falcons, I thought there were some bad choices there. Oh man, now I'm behind.
Oh, are we behind?
Yep. Tracy's going in. Touchdown.
Oh, nice run. Yes. That was a nice run. That's awesome. That was cool. All right.
I saw the
cool.
chat. I saw the chat go touchdown.
This
I'm
is
like,
my
oh, wait,
reaction
what?
too. Yay. Woo. All right. Keep this up. Now you're my good luck charm, Steven. Keep that up. Woo. That was a good run. That's Giants-like tackling there. That's how the New York Giants tackle on defense.
Yeah, right.
All right. All right. I mean, the Redskins, Commanders, I'm going to keep doing that. The more I drink, I'm going to keep calling them the Redskins. The Commanders have to be like, Jesus, we've dominated this game, and it's just a 6-point game. But see, I understand people who say they don't like it when Dart exposes himself, but that's his game, and we scored because he did that. I mean, the biggest play in that drive was his run. So if you take that away from him, you take away what makes him good. So in my mind, we have to live with that version of Dart. And if you take that away from him, that's a mistake. So
I wonder if the shackles were on early, and then when he had to run on that first one where he scrambled,
right,
and then the second one when he was able to scramble up the middle, he's like, I'm going. Now they're kind of like, all right, let's just call the way we call it. But yeah, I mean, that was the one big negative, I guess. That as far as I'm concerned with the Dayball offense with Dart is that it 100% relied on, I saw that. 100% relied on Dart making shit happen on his own versus scheming things that really, and when you do that too much, then it's not the offense, it's Dart. So you could put any coach in there and it's going to do that. So
I also say this is not do not take this as me advocating to keep Kafka, but I do applaud them for sticking with the run on that drive early in that run. I mean, that the first down was, I think, was 3 straight runs to pick up the first down.
Correct.
They didn't panic, and I think Tim Kelly has had a role in that. I've actually been sort of impressed in the limited that I've seen of Tim Kelly. Just when he's interviewed and all that. Again, I'm not saying keep him, but I think I would like to have seen this team. I'm curious to see what kind of offensive coordinator Tim Kelly will be if he gets that position in the league again. He's been in that role before. I think he was with Houston and I think Tennessee. But I think he fundamentally gets football about the running game. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. I had to ban.
We had another.
Yeah, I had to ban a bot.
Remember, we're hitting the big time when we hit bot. We get botted.
Apparently. Yes. We got botted.
Wait a minute. What's Jesus? Did something bad happen? Are we way behind? I'm still got a commercial.
Well, I'm in commercial still. But...
Oh, spam.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh.
Ten plays, 65 yards. No, he's fired up. Yeah, they finally got some emotion. Oh, look at the stands, though. Look how empty the stands are.
Oof. Did he fumble?
Good. No. All right. We're showing some life now. The players were looking a little more fired up. What would I miss?
No, Steven was like, my defense on the bots is better than the Giants. I'm quick. I'm ready. Shoot those bots down.
You know what's frightening is I'm seeing it more and more and it's increasing weekly, is how prevalent AI is everywhere. Oh. And when AI starts taking over, which they're probably even the spam stuff they are, holy crap, I don't know. Again, there's nothing we can do about it. AI's here. It's not me going, don't do it. But part of me is like, did anybody ever see Terminator? Somebody was trying to tell us with.
Yeah, right. That should come back.
I mean,
there we go.
And I'm exposed to it more now because I watch a lot of YouTube, and you're seeing YouTube content now just generated by AI. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh, sure.
But it's the people speaking. It's the videos. It's everything. It's AI, and they're just pumping out AI content, and you can pick it up now because they still make mistakes. You know, they'll still mispronounce things.
My favorite is when they do they'll do a year, but instead of the year, it'll be like 1,986, and I'm like, sure.
But they'll fix that.
And the year of my Lord, 1,986. Aliens was a great movie.
Get him! God damn it! This is what I'm talking about. Their feet are in cement.
We don't make the game-changing plays, that's for sure.
Imagine if there had been a strip sack there inside the 5.
I miss those days.
Come on. Can you imagine if we'd gotten the ball there and gone in up? That would have deflated Washington.
And their injuries are piling up. Like Tunsil's out, Brown's out. You know, this if you're going to take over, this is when you do it. Like, there you go. There you go.
There's Abdul.
Carter up the middle.
That's second good play by him. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Don't let him off the hook here. What?
You got a couple of people. One said, glad I went to church today. And then Paul's like, Eric taking the Lord's name in vain on a Sunday. I usually get in trouble for the swearing, so that's usually my fault.
Yeah, and as a kid, I used to get my mouth washed out with soap. That's how old I am.
Dude, I trust me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was
those are the old days. That's old. So the old what is it? Since we're in the Christmas season, it's what's the movie? Christmas
Story.
Christmas Story. That was a real deal. My mom did it with dishwashing detergent.
Oh yeah. I've had bar soap. I had Tabasco sauce. That one was, I think that's why I like it now. Not the bar soap, the Tabasco sauce. Yeah, I had to kneel down. I had to kneel down on the tile floor. It's probably why I have bad knees to this day. I had to kneel down on the tile floor because it was really bad one day. I was like, damn, like you can't do that shit now, but learned real fast.
Second beer opened. Foggy Geezer from War Pigs.
Interesting. All right.
All right. Let's go, guys. So what are we at now? It's third and what? Third and 20 something? Is that what they had? Third and 22.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is on the back of my mind, too. If they please don't. Please. The success of this play may determine whether John. I think we're just going to stay with us a little longer, right? Well, it may depend.
Yeah, I mean, they've turned it around. If they had gone down 17-0, and then we had gone to the half, then we could think about it. But
let's see what happens on 3rd and 22 here.
I am curious. Separate of the Giants game, I'm curious. What does everybody else think too? 4:25 today, the Indianapolis Colts are going to take the field in Seattle against one of the best defensive teams in the NFL right now. And they're wheeling out their 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, who hasn't played since 2020, who, dear God, looks like he's channeling Jared Lorenzen's body.
Because I kind of tuned out football this week around, except the Giants. What's the backstory on that? Did he approach them?
So my thought is they reached out to him. So here's the deal. He last played for the Colts. So when he retired, the Colts retain his rights.
Right.
So they can bring him back without any kind of an issue.
But they reached out to him. He didn't say,
I haven't heard, but I've got to assume that that's the case. But to think though, here's this guy. I mean, first off, if you're Riley Leonard, you're like, oh man, how bad am I that I've been on the team the whole year. I even played in the game last week and you don't want me. You want this guy. And by the way, Phillip Rivers now has pushed back his Hall of Fame clock. It starts all over again. So he has to retire again. He has to retire again, and then it's 5 years after that.
Well, that's kind of sucky for him because this is going to be one way or the other. You know what I mean? He's not coming. He's not coming back.
For Eli, this is one less person you got to deal with to possibly get in.
Come on, don't let him. I don't like this.
See, I'd rather more pressure. I know
I would too. I don't like this. I don't like them playing it safe like this. I don't like this. Get his Ass.
There you go. And the rest of them.
All right, time out. Time out. All right. This is not it's not that good. I wouldn't get that. No. The gnome beer is awesome, but that stuff is strong.
The broken skull one?
Oh, no. The broken skull's not that great. I don't think. But it's the one that I like is the one that knocks me on my ass. And beer normally doesn't do anything to me. It's that 9.5% gnome beer that I'm saving for the end. If I started off with the gnome beer, people would be let's just say that the Lord's name.
He'd be breaking in a little 9.5 weeks.
Lightning bolts would be raining down.
Get some food out, dumping it on. Like, all right, we're good.
This is gonna be interesting, John. Remember, our punt returner is not our punt returner, so don't.
Oh, all right. Nothing would be more giant-like than Holland to get hurt right here. But thank God
the wrong way. What did he lose? 5 yards on that? So he ran time and lost yardage. He ran time off the clock and he lost yardage. Great.
What I thought was even better is you've got Deontay Banks on the punt return team. Talk about a guy who should not be on anything where you're expecting him to block. This guy wants nothing to do with anything physical in this game. Like if this was a flag thing, I would want Banks to play.
Yes. But he still probably would avoid the tackle on a flag game too.
No, that's true.
I'm not going to pull a flag. I'm not going to get my hands dirty.
Yeah, right.
That was a terrible punt return.
Oh, God.
That was a great.
Get rid of it. Oh, geez. Don't take those hits. Oh, God. Where did they come from?
I know this sounds defeatist. I'm almost like, just let's get to the halftime at this point. I mean, look at the field. The field position for the Giants should have been awesome here. And look where they are. That's a function of not having a good punt returner back there. It's not that Holland isn't a good athlete, but He made a poor choice on that. He would have been better off just calling a fair catch than what he did.
Dart has got to stop floating backwards though. You got to see the rushes coming from the outside. You can't just keep going back.
I missed that. Who gave up the sack on that?
Luminor. That's Von Miller. Goes right by him. But Van Roten didn't exactly hold up either. So the Giants.
I'm not bringing back. I know a lot of people disagree with me, and it's not based off this play. But I'm not re-signing a Luminor. I'm Marcus Bowe is my right tackle moving forward, and I'm letting a Luminor
for the amount of money that it would cost. I just don't think you can. Like it does. Oh my. Okay, Buffalo got in, so it's 21-7. 4-7. Holy shit.
He's been tweeting about a big contract since before the season started too. Luminor wants to get paid. So
yeah, I just don't think he can. Oh, and false start on Luminor right there, guys, as it's called.
Now this is completely flipped. Now in Washington's thinking about getting more points now.
So we lost 6 on the return.
This is except for a turnover, this is about as bad as it could have gotten with that exchange. We stopped them on the 3rd and 22. We screwed up the punt return, and they're going backwards here, and the clock's not moving. We're at 3rd and 23 now. So we outdid Washington. I'm running the ball here, and I don't like.
And if I'm Wandell, I'm like, fuck you, man. I don't want to run that play.
Now, what was the point of that? Nothing good would have happened out of that play, and only bad. That's a stupid play call.
Can you imagine if you're Wandell? You're like, come on. Why do I want to run that play?
Why even bother running this play? If it's incomplete, it stops the clock. He's not going to break the tackle and go anywhere. That's a stupid play.
At the very least, that's a give-up play. So if it's a give-up play, then just run the draw.
Exactly.
Which
is what I would have done. In that situation, I would have run the draw on that play. That was a stupid play.
Yeah, it is a really odd call. Not only is it a pass, you're just dumping it over
It
the
could have
middle.
been a sack. It could have been an interception. It could have been an incomplete pass. It was very unlikely he was going to pick up the first down in that play call. What a stupid play call.
What is our punter doing?
What is that? You know, why was he moving like that?
I don't know.
Ants in his pants.
He faked him out. There's a
down the
flag, but that flag may be on us. I hope not.
Oh my God!
I thought there was some weird movement on us. If it's on us, it's the movement at the line. But if not, it's down the field.
What the? It looks like it's on.
Yeah, they seem disappointed. Nope, it's on us. I knew it. There was something weird about the way they did. Oh my God, they gave up a punt touchdown.
Oh my God! On that note, John, maybe we should wrap this up.
Wow.
Do you think we should wrap this up?
Just finish the first half. Just finish
right.
the first half. We'll finish the first half. Wow. As soon as the punter started dancing around back there, I'm like, "Are you?
What was that? Why was the punter moving around like that?
What are you trying to do?"
And it was right down the middle again. John, I'll say this again. Here's another thing where the kicking situation.
The whole thing.
The kicking situation, again, has spit the Giants in the ass.
Oh, he missed it. The wind kind of, and it hit the upright.
Can you imagine this? In a span of a minute, it went from 3rd and 20, 4th and whatever they had, 18 or whatever they had,
like that.
punting from inside their own 15 to this with less than 2 minutes left. The Giants can screw anything up. I swear to God. I thought because we did this, they were going to win. I thought we were the good luck charm. Well, but maybe they are winning by losing.
They still might win. They're going to come back, baby, in the second half because,
I would suggest we wrap it up at halftime and we try this again maybe next week. Raiders game, maybe. Wait, who's next?
Minnesota is next. Because Minnesota, Vegas, then Dallas. So Minnesota's next week.
God, what if we lose to Vegas? Minnesota will beat us. Don't you think? They'll beat us. Dallas will beat us.
At this point, it's really hard to say with any of these teams because they're all bad.
Maybe, I hate to say this, but maybe this is a good thing if you want if you
he kicks it out of bounds.
If you want the Giants to have the number 1 pick, this is a good outcome. But
the best outcome, regardless of what happens in this game, the best outcome is that very bad things have happened in the game that are directly tied to decisions made by the guy who runs the personnel, and that is freaking Joe Shane. You have kick returners. By the way, it's not just kickoff returners. Those guys also return punts. You right now don't have a legitimate punt returner on the roster right at the moment. You're putting your safety back there to do it, who basically only did it in an emergency before, but has not been the returner, and you didn't sign him to be that.
This game is so depressing for 3 reasons to me. One is the lack of effort from the get-go, but they just haven't been playing hard at all. What at this the lack of effort from the get-go, there hasn't been any. The situation that they just went through where they had, and I just mentioned it, they were getting the ball back with less than 2 minutes. Then they should have an outstanding field position, and somehow they don't get that, and then they've just given up. I mean, they just. Oh, no, it's a nice throw.
There we go. That first throw, based on Dart's reaction to Johnson, it seemed like Johnson did not run the pattern he was expecting him to run. But that's easy to say when you miss him.
This was a tight window throw. Let me see this. Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
You know what really bugs me though is Slayton. While he's a guy you probably would move on from, you really can't next year. His contract, the way that it is, even if they cut him, we don't save anything. We literally would have a lot of dead money, and we would be paying him a lot of money. They gave him a contract that really screwed them for next year, for as far as his numbers go.
I keep saying people saying Shane is gone. Remember, ownership might not want a lot of change.
I think he's gone. I will stand on the fact that I just don't see how you can possibly bring him back. And you can and it's choices like this. It's the way you're handling the roster, the money you're spending, how you're allocating it, what you're doing. It seems like a guy who's clearly over his head. And his behavior in that press conference, I'll tell you this, media is not going to let him just skate through when they have an end of the year one. That dude's going to get peppered.
Well, the third point I was going to make, I repeated my two of my points. The third point I was going to make, is the kicking situation again. They screwed up the kicking situation again. And it's influenced this game because the punter's been punting the ball straight down the middle of the field. And I don't know what that dance was.
Oh, picked off.
It was?
Yep. He's coming back, still on his feet, midfield. 30, 23.
Holy fuck.
They're in. See, that's the thing I worry about. I worry about when, again, it's just a play. It is what it is. But things like this, you can't have Dart going in the offseason with like a really bad taste in his mouth of bad play and bad habit. That's just forcing the ball. I mean, that's borderline triple coverage.
This kind of stuff's to be expected, though. I would not get Ben out of shape. He's going to throw picks. It's actually amazing he hasn't thrown.
And he was trying to throw to Jalen Hyatt. Now you could say it's good hustle on Hyatt, but Hyatt also got completely out muscled for that pass. By the way, it's why I would never throw to that dude on any contested unless it's down the field. You don't throw it to him. Now that was a bad throw by Dart. He tried to put it in where you shouldn't have. But Hyatt's never going to fight through to get the ball.
What a depressing game.
Holy shit.
What a shit show.
They don't have any timeouts. So whatever they do, it's going to be like one play in the middle of the field.
John, I applaud you for trying to keep.
I don't have to say this.
This game's also over. It doesn't matter. What a depressing shit show.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the field goal here. But you see what I mean? See how
you know what? Kafka's can go in at halftime and drop some F-bombs, and then
that'll change it. And then Dart misses the tackle. But did you see how easily that Hyatt just gets kind of not? He's not fighting through to get that ball.
Well, that could have been a play. Fact. I mean, again, like you said, he was throwing into coverage there. But
sure.
We don't know.
My point is, you don't throw it to a guy like that. Dart needs to know better that receiver is not going to get through to get you the ball. That's what you do with a big, muscly receiver.
I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but can you believe how badly the last minute and 50 seconds of this game half went for us?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
We were thinking making this 14-13, and look at the score. That happened in just a minute 50.
Wow.
All right. On that note, should we wrap this up? I would recommend wrapping this up.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's fine. It's fine. And I think for everybody else, we can, we'll all watch the game.
We'll do this again, everyone. We'll do this during better times, and maybe we'll do it again this year. But you guys don't want to hear us bitch and moan
the rest of the second half. Yeah, it's not good. And so with that, this is not the way that
I love. You have a signature sign off. I just realized that. With that, you do. With that.
I don't even know what to say. I literally went into this game thinking, you know what? This is going to be one of those games that the Giants are going to do what they always do. They're going to win a game at a point in the season where it doesn't mean anything against an opponent that they generally play well with. And this is going to be one of those things. And instead, it's the exact opposite. They've played about as badly as you can play against a team that has even less to play for than they do.
And what's even more depressing is sometimes we've seen seasons where the Giants have been really bad, and the coaching staff is going to get fired. I mean, this even goes back to Dan Reeves, Fossil, and then all the series of coaches that we've gone through in the last decade. We still have 3 games left. We've done this before where it's been like we've had games like this when it's the second to last game or the last game. We still have 3 games left. We're not close. I mean, we're close, but we're not close to the end of this. This isn't the last game or the second to last game where we're like, thank God this is almost over. We've got 3 more weeks of this shit.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
It is depressing.
That's why I've been ending every game preview with 6 games left, 5 games left, 4 games, because I can't believe how. I mean, we're the first team out of the playoffs a few weeks ago, and it's just like it's like that scene and I know I use it all the time. It's like Animal House. Thank you, sir. May have another. Thank you, sir. May have another. You know, that was Kevin Bacon too, wasn't it? Yeah, young Kevin Bacon. Anyways,
we couldn't have screwed up that last minute more than if we were the head coach of the University of Michigan. But
and what a weird story that is.
Oh my God, it gets better by the day. But my favorite, to just take a moment, my favorite is when people like Ryan Clark and was it
Ryan
Jameel
Clark's
Hill?
Ass white.
And Jameel Hill comes out and they're like, oh, well, white coaches get. So I'm like, he was in jail at the moment. At least let him get out of jail, get all the rest of the evidence before you go. He's getting treated differently as a black.
I don't even know what you're talking about with you explained it right there. I didn't even know the backstory, but anytime that man, and I know he was briefly on the New York Giants, but anytime that man opens up his mouth, shit comes out.
Oh,
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
He is such an awful. His brain is broken. That man's brain is just garbage.
There's nothing positive you could possibly look at and go, you know what? This guy's getting the raw deal. The whole process is still going on. He was in jail. He clearly is having a mental breakdown. He broke into a person's house. He had been stalking her. Oh, and now the rumors are that he was offering tickets to games to OnlyFans models to do foursomes. I'm like, this is a guy who clearly.
You mean golf? Golf?
Yeah. It was a scramble. They were playing best ball. Anyway, that whole thing is so embarrassingly bad. Like, why would you even step out and make a comment about? Just be like, wow, this is bad. Michigan really needs to get their stuff in order. No, let's turn this into he's getting treated differently than white coaches. What? He's still in the middle of it.
No. Anyways.
So with that being said,
this did not go the way we wanted it, guys.
No.
I apologize. We have nothing to do with it. Just let's pray we get out of the game relatively healthy and we can finish this season relatively healthy. And the site is going to explode in January because that's when all the changes are going to happen. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we might have to go live. We might have to go live on Black Monday.
I think we're going to have to go live a lot in January. There's going to be. There's a lot going on. Ownership, management, coaches, players. The offseason is going to be way more interesting than the regular season again. And that's where we're at, unfortunately. So
we're the champions of the offseason.
Champions of the offseasons. All right. On that note,
all right.
With that being said,
try to enjoy the rest of your football day. Stay warm. It's cold all over, and we'll catch you again real soon.